Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Music with Todd Ledbetter. So glad you're here. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be taking a look at a viewer's recommendation, and we're getting back to, as you can see, some David Bowie. We're going to hit up the 2013 David Bowie album called The Next Day, and specifically we're going to do the title track, the first song on the album, which is The Next Day, and that is what is requested. I think because it's a good song. The viewer liked the song, and I think also lyrically it is interesting as well. So why don't we get right on into it and check out David Bowie with The Next Day.
Look into my eyes, it tells her I'm gonna say goodbye, he says, yeah. Junior cries, she begs of him goodbye, yeah. All the days she thinks of his love, yeah. They're whipping through the streets and Alice there. The corners and the baying crowd right there. They can't get enough of that doomsday song. They can't get enough of it all. Listen. Listen to the horse, he tells her. He fashions paper sculptures of them, then drags them to the river's bank in the cart. Their soggy paper bodies wash ashore in the dark, and the priest, stiff in head, now demanding from began of his wearing dressed as man for the pleasure of that feast. Here I am, not quite died, my body left to rot in a hollow tree. His branches throwing shadows on the gallows for me. And the next day, and the next, and another day. Ignoring the pain of their particular diseases, they chase him through the alleys, chasing down the steps. They haul him through the mud and they chant for his death, and drag him to the feet of the purple-headed priest. First they give you everything that you want, then they take back everything that you have. They live upon their feet and they die upon their knees. They can work with Satan while they dress like the saints. They know God exists, but the devil told them so. They scream my name aloud, turn and tell the world below. Here I am, not quite dying, my body left to rot in a hollow tree. His branches throwing shadows on the gallows of me. And the next day, and the next, and another day. Here I am, not quite dying, my body left to rot in a hollow tree. His branches throwing shadows on the gallows of me. And the next day, and the next, and another day. Here I am, not quite dying, my body left to rot in a hollow tree. His branches throwing shadows on the gallows of me. And the next day, and the next, and another day. Listen.
Yeah, so now I remember a little bit more that they were talking about the lyrically. It's about when he was came back from having some illness. I think it was a heart problem, if I remember correctly. I was going to see if I could find the comment. Not sure if I can, but it talks about him. Hey everybody, well, sorry about that. I was just trying to get to the comment, not play a video of me doing a video. So yeah, The Next Day, it's a title track. Listen to the it's the video is cool. Let's see. There's a particular lyric that I think where he is expressing at his health struggles. It goes something like, "Here I am, not quite dying, my body left to rot in a hollow tree. Its branches throwing shadows on the gallows for me, and the next day, and the next day, and another day." So the just another because we talked about with his Black Star album being sort of his death album, really. I mean, in a sense. But that he's had other struggles as well that he's sung about. He who knows how close he came to not ever being able to perform again, perhaps, or even worse. And that was 2013. So interesting song. And once again, very cool song. It was short, on the shorter side, not the epic, prog rock song or whatever, but it's got that Bowie element to it where there's just like quirky elements in there where I heard him say one time years ago, and I don't have an exact quote, but he just said when he's considering music that he wants to play and he writes and he wants to record, he's just not going to do some random mediocre song. He wants to do something that's interesting to him and something that's a little offbeat. And I think that might be part of the reason why he, the whole Let's Dance album and stuff like that, where he was a little bit sort of, I don't know, I guess sort of the record industry, I think, sort of pressured him in some ways. I don't know that for a fact, but I think I heard something along those lines, or it wasn't quite, it was way more mainstream than what he generally likes to do. Even though some of his songs, even though they've been quirky over the years, especially in the 70s, became mainstream in a sense, like Ziggy Stardust and things like that. There was still a very quirky element to it back then. So very cool song though. It's funny how, like I said, I'm a big fan of David Bowie, but I haven't listened to a lot of his catalog. I know certain things about him. I certainly know his persona. I know who he is. I know his celebrity, and things like that. But as far as his music goes, I'm not that knowledgeable about his music. I haven't listened to a lot of it. Even though, like I said before, I have so many friends that are huge, rabid fans of David Bowie. They just love David Bowie. And a lot of them are singers and stuff. They just love his voice, and they just really appreciate what he does. Point being, not to repeat myself, although I just did, no, just kidding. I think the more I listen to it too, the more engaging he becomes to me. It's like getting into the Black Star album and then a couple little, this one and another one, it's like I've got like five or six songs I've listened to now that I haven't heard before. And I'm starting to sort of get a feel for, what he's doing and just, other aspects of David Bowie than what I normally have been used to all these bazillion years of not listening to him, but only knowing what I know. And that's the beauty of the channel, is just exploring new music that I haven't heard, even though it seems like I should have heard it, I just haven't. And, there's a lot of things I have heard, but I just don't play them on the channel because, I'm trying to do reactions and things like that. I'll change things up too. Well, I want to play some of my favorite songs too, because maybe some of you guys haven't heard some of the songs that I really like. But, a lot of those songs reactors have already done. And it's like, I'm not trying to copy other reactors and do songs that they're doing. I mean, so many times I see the same song come out within 2 weeks of each other with like 4 or 5 reactors. It's like, and so I don't know. I'm just trying to do, what just flows here with the channel, what you guys are requesting and what seems interesting to me. So, and right now David Bowie's got part of my attention along with many other bands. So that's cool. And I'm happy and glad that I'm kind of getting a little more familiar with his music. It's about time, really. All right. Well, that was a cool song. Cool rhythm, always he's always got something that's cool about it. I liked the feel of it. I like the melody, the melody and perspective with the beat. It sounded really good to me, you know. You know, I just liked it. I thought it was good. It was cool. And I like the guitars in the background doing that kind of off, sort of little bit nutty sort of you know, guitar work, you know, just giving it that offbeat color, you know, which is very common for him. So very, very good. I liked it. And we'll get into some more David Bowie. I appreciate your requests or your recommendations, you know, throwing me a little tidbit here and there. And I think the reason for this song was because of the you know, sort of the lyrical content in talking about maybe death and, you know, that type of thing, since we've been hitting the Dark Star album. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me and checking out some more David Bowie. Really cool. Glad you guys are liking it. And we will, thank you for subscribing, by the way. I always have to, you know, show my appreciation in that way. And then if you haven't subscribed, but you're listening to the channel more than once, go ahead and give it a subscribe. And, you know, we'll get those videos right into your notification box if you select that option. And also if there is any opportunity for you to help the channel, it would be down in the description, and you can choose many different ways. I have a Patreon and other things like that you can help out there. But in the meantime, I will see you guys in the next video, and I'm interested to hear what you have to say down in the comment section too as well. So I'll see you down in the comment section. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for listening, and let's do some more David Bowie. Why not?